Okay, let's jump in. Today, we're doing a deep dive into a book that I think, for many, was a defining read of the early 2000s.
Oh, absolutely.
Khaled Hosseini's 2003 masterpiece, The Kite Runner. And this wasn't just, a bestseller, it was a cultural event.
It really was. It's one of those novels that weaves these huge universal themes. We're talking loyalty, betrayal, how you atone for things,
Hmm.
right into the incredibly complex recent history of Afghanistan.
And Hosseini, who is an African-American physician, he just uses this very personal story, this friendship between two young boys, Amir and Hassan, to explore everything.
Exactly. And through them, he shows you the real human cost of ethnic tensions and the weight of a guilty conscience.
So our mission today is to go a little deeper than just the plot. We want to really get into the architecture of Amir's betrayal. Why it happens.
How it's tied to the social fabric of Kabul at the time.
Yes. And then track his journey decades later toward trying to make things right. It's a path that's, well, it's genuine, but it's not perfect, is it?
Not at all. And to really get that, you have to start where the book starts. You have to understand the social geography of their childhood.
Back in Kabul in the 1970s.
Precisely. It was, relatively peaceful then, but it was a city that was deeply, fundamentally divided.
And this division is so important. You have Amir, who is the son of Baba, a very wealthy, very respected Pashtun businessman.
He has everything, a life of total privilege.
But he's also sort of crippled by this need for his father's approval. It's the one thing he feels he can't quite get.
And on the other side of that same house, you have Hassan. He's the son of Ali, the servant. And their life is, one of humble simplicity.
But the divide is so much deeper than just money, isn't it?
Oh, it's everything. It's because Hassan is a Hazara.
Right. And for anyone listening who might not be as familiar with the history, can you just quickly unpack why that distinction is so critical?
Absolutely. So, historically, the Pashtuns, like Amir's family, held the power in Afghanistan, politically, economically. The Hazaras, who are ethnically and religiously distinct, they were a marginalized group.
And not just marginalized, but often targeted.
Severely.
Yeah.
Discrimination, violence, it's all there in the history. So when you read the book, that tension is everywhere. It means Hassan is vulnerable from the very beginning, no matter how close he and Amir seem to be.
It's like society itself gives Amir permission for his later cowardice.
It provides this safe harbor, as you say. Yeah.
Which makes the whole kite running tradition, it suddenly feels a lot less innocent.
It becomes this incredibly loaded symbol, doesn't it? For Amir, winning the big winter tournament is his golden ticket. It's his chance to finally earn his father's respect. It's a transaction for him.
But not for Hassan.
Never for Hassan. He's the best kite runner in the city, but for him, it's an act of pure devotion. He runs the kite for Amir. It's where we get that famous line.
For you, 1,000 times over.
Exactly. It's the core of their paradox. Hassan is socially beneath Amir, but in every moral sense, he's superior.
Their kites can fly together, but on the ground, they're standing on these deep societal fault lines.
And that's what leads directly to the moment that just shatters everything.
The kite tournament. Amir gets his win, but it's tainted almost immediately.
It is. Hassan, being loyal, runs to get the last cut kite for Amir. It's the trophy. But he gets cornered in an alley by Asef, the local bully.
And Asef is more than just a bully. He's this embodiment of that Pashtun supremacist ideology.
He is. And he and his friends, they assault Hassan in the worst way. But the real tragedy, the one the whole book pivots on, is what Amir does.
Or what he doesn't do. He's watching from the end of the alley. He sees the whole thing.
And he's just paralyzed. He doesn't intervene. It's pure fear and self-preservation. It's the ultimate betrayal.
And it's not just physical cowardice, is it? It's a choice. He wants that kite. He wants Baba's approval more than he wants to defend his friend.
His brother, in all but name, he seals his own fate in that moment. His inaction becomes his life's great moral debt.
And the guilt that follows is almost more destructive than the act itself.
It's unbearable for him. Hassan, who knows Amir saw, becomes this silent, living reminder of Amir's failure. A mirror he can't stand to look into.
So he shatters the mirror.
He does. He frames Hassan for theft. It's this desperate, ugly attempt to just push him away. And he uses the social prejudice, the fact that Hassan is a Hazara, as his weapon.
Which is so chilling. He knows that in that household, in that society, Hassan's word means nothing against his.
And it works. Hassan, of course, doesn't defend himself. He knows what's happening.
And he and Ali just leave.
They leave. The bond is broken, and Amir's childhood ends right there, in this act of profound moral corruption. That's the end of his innocence.
And then the story just explodes outward. History rushes in. Amir and Baba are forced to flee the Soviet invasion.
Right. And their journey to America, to California, is harrowing. It completely flips their world upside down.
It's a crucible for Baba especially. In Kabul, he was this larger-than-life figure.
A giant, yeah.
And in America, he's working at a gas station, struggling to hold on to his pride. It's just a heartbreaking look at the immigrant experience.
It is. And for Amir, America is an escape, but not really. He becomes a writer, which is his outlet. But that memory, that guilt, it never leaves him.
Although he does get a kind of second chance with Baba, doesn't he? When his father gets sick.
He does. During Baba's final illness, they grow closer. It's this fragile, poignant reconnection.
And then years later, long after Baba is gone, the past comes calling. Literally.
Yes. The phone call from Rahim Khan, their old family friend, with that one single line.
There is a way to be good again.
It's the hook that pulls him all the way back to a Pakistan and then into an Afghanistan that is now under the brutal rule of the Taliban.
And this is where the story just delivers gut punch after gut punch. He gets there, and Rahim Khan tells him the secret Baba kept his whole life.
The secret. That Hassan wasn't just his friend, he was his half-brother. The result of an affair Baba had with Ali's wife.
That just reframes everything. Every memory, every interaction. It means Baba, the man of principle, lived this monumental lie.
It completely demolishes Amir's entire moral compass. And it means his betrayal wasn't just against a friend, it was against his own brother, his own blood.
It makes the quest for redemption no longer just a personal choice. It's a family duty.
Exactly. But the news gets even worse.
Rahim Khan tells him that Hassan and his wife, they were executed by the Taliban.
But they left behind a son, Sohrab, and he's in an orphanage somewhere in Kabul.
So that's the mission. That's the way to be good again.
It's the only way. Find and rescue Sohrab. Stop the cycle of betrayal.
So Amir goes into this incredibly dangerous, corrupt city, and his search leads him, almost inevitably, right back to the ghost from his past.
Asif,
Of course.
who is now, not so surprisingly, a Taliban official. He's taken his childhood sadism and integrated it into a system of power.
And the confrontation between them is just, it's brutal.
Oh.
Asif forces Amir to fight him.
It's a symbolic battleground. Amir is finally, after all these years, standing in the place he should have stood as a child. He's taking the beating that Hassan took for him.
And there's that line where he says he feels a sense of relief, almost joy, as it's happening. Like he's finally getting the punishment he's always deserved.
That's the catharsis. He's left broken and battered, but he's finally faced the monster. And in the end, it's Sohrab who saves them.
With his slingshot.
With his slingshot. It's this perfect, beautiful homage to his father, Hassan. A protector, just like him.
But getting him out of Afghanistan is one thing. The rescue is far from over.
Oh, not even close. The
Yeah.
bureaucracy, the adoption laws, it's a nightmare. And more than that, the boy himself is so deeply traumatized by what he's been through.
So when they get back to America, the real work starts.
Absolutely. Sohrab is just silent. He retreats into this shell. And Amir realizes that real redemption isn't one big heroic act.
Yeah.
It's the day-to-day, patient, unending work of helping someone else heal.
He has to become a caregiver, a father. He has to show Sohrab the loyalty he never showed Hassan.
And it is painstakingly slow. He spends months just being there, trying to break through. It's about transforming that corrosive guilt into something useful, into active responsibility.
Which all leads to that beautiful final scene, running a kite again.
It brings everything full circle. But this time, it's not about winning or about Baba's approval.
He's doing it for Sohrab.
It's a pure act of service, a promise. He's mirroring Hassan's devotion from all those years ago.
And it works. Just for a second, Sohrab smiles.
A tiny flicker of hope. It's the first sign of life. And in that moment, the sky that once witnessed his greatest shame now witnesses his most sincere act of love.
It's not a perfect ending, but it feels like a real one. It shows how personal failure is so often tied up in these larger societal failures. Amir could only betray Hassan because society allowed it.
And his redemption could only happen when he confronted both. His personal demon, Asif, and the historical injustice his own family was a part of.
So the big takeaway really is that atonement isn't a single gesture.
Not at all. It's not a grand apology that wipes the slate clean. It's found in the sustained, difficult, day-to-day work of empathy. It's about taking responsibility for the future, not just regretting the past. That's how genuine moral repair works.
That is such a powerful distinction. Okay, so here's a final thought for you to chew on based on the novel's structure. How does the novel suggest that cultural traditions like kite running can change their meaning over time? It starts as a symbol of rivalry and a desperate need for approval, but by the end, it becomes a tool for healing and really a form of unspoken forgiveness. How does our relationship with tradition evolve as we do? Something to think about.